I don't need these people. Like, ban them. I'm moving onward and upward with my life. Things are going great. The thing with, it's been known a lot that I'm the best at troll wrangling, at taking care of these people. If people cope and seethe about that in the YouTube chat today, guess what? I'm giving my mods free reign to do whatever the fuck they want. Headbutt that like button. The guy who makes those animations of me, and it's just like clips of our show and shit like that. I haven't watched the new one about like the crack house and me and April and the Ricadas and all that. I haven't watched that one, but I've heard from fans who love this fucking show. They're like, yeah, it's mean, but that's like the point of it. He's like making fun of you. And that's why we've gained so many fans. There's a sincerity to this show that haters don't like. If I want April to get better, if I want April to be in a healthier place, or I want all of them to be in a healthier place, me kicking them is not going to help. I can tell you from experience, last Friday I had an epiphany where I went, none of this is making me feel better. I'd like to see the super chats and the Venmos and the PayPals and the Rumble rants flow like wine. I'd like to see memberships all over the place. I'd like to see it be a big day for the toe today. Yeah. A lot of people, because, I legally can't talk about most of that stuff from Monday. A lot of people writing in and going, I had your same situation. I get it, And I find that very comforting from the people who love this show. So thank you guys very, very much. And again, 295 is the number today. I know which tides you can find. I've been around long enough now. I've got enough experience, so to speak, that I know which tides you can push back on and which ones you can't. Is that just because we're all fucking, though? Good luck squeezing the fuck toothpaste back into the fuck tube. Thank you for all the messages I've been getting, by the way. I'm going to get back to all the Instagram, Twitters, Facebooks, emails. There's been a shitload of people just saying really nice stuff, and I appreciate it, and I'm going to get back to them. I know it drove the haters nuts yesterday. We made up for Monday's shortfall, knocked out yesterday right away, and then they didn't like that. They didn't like that when they would say, like, vile shit about me, that I would go, guys, I don't need these people. Like, ban them. I'm moving onward and upward with my life. Things are going great. Fuck these people. We don't need them. And then that threw them into a fucking tizzy. The thing with, it's been known a lot that I'm the best at troll wrangling, at taking care of these people. Because I know what sets them off. I know what makes them tick. And when you take back control from them, they hate that. Like anybody else with a mental disorder, like anybody else with mental illness. And that's what these people are. They're just mentally ill. They just want a piece of you. They just want to touch. They just want to, please me. So I took that away from them yesterday, and boy, did they go fucking mental. It's like there's 9,000 places you can go on the internet to hate me and think I'm the biggest piece of shit ever. 9,000 places. If they can't have me, they can't comprehend going on living. And I love that. I love that I hold them in the palm of my hands. So, guys, if people cope and seethe about that in the YouTube chat today, guess what? I'm giving my mods free reign to do whatever the fuck they want. Now, jokes. Jokes are cool. Fans making jokes, I love that. Was it JB or BJ? Made a great joke this morning. I thought it was awesome. Somebody else said, headbutt that like button. Because, like, rational, reasonable people know that that's a fucking joke. It's the dumbest, fucking gayest, most untrue, jokiest thing there is. BJ made the Macarena joke, which I thought was really good. So I say, if it drove them nuts yesterday and they didn't like it, then let's drive them nuts today and do the same thing and just watch them seethe. I hate to be the coolest fucking guy in the world right in front of you like this, but if it's just going to rain the whole time, why not? Not going to be able to sneak golf in, I don't think. Isn't that heartbreaking? Isn't that the worst? I'm not going to be able to go. I haven't golfed in over 3 weeks. It's going to be 4 weeks. Do you understand? I've been out golfing like 6 or 7 times this year. In May and to mid-June, I was fucking crushing it. I mean, not like golfing well. No, I was fucking terrible. But but I was like getting out there a lot. And now, not a damn thing. Then one of my best friends that I go golfing with tells me he's got golfer's elbow. Fuck, we're getting old. Dude, we're not even 40 yet. We're just getting out of our mid-30s. And I got guys like, I can't golf, man. Why? I got golfer's elbow. God damn it. What's next? Tendinitis and you're going to be wearing those weird braces on your arms? Motherfucker. I don't want to get old. Blitz League says, Sector Aaron, you're so far above people shit-talking in the chat. Oil the steel toe machine and ignore people talking shit. Dude, again, when it comes to troll wrangling, the best thing you can do is not give them what they want and watch them go fucking crazy. And by the way, you know what else gets them, boys and girls? Knocking out the goals. 295 is the number today. You guys went way over yesterday. You guys fucking crushed it. Thank you so much. 295 is today's number. We've also been knocking the goal down by about 20, 30 bucks a day on our own because the numbers are starting to come in and we're doing all right. So we dropped it a little bit for you by about 30 today. Plus, you guys went over yesterday. So 295 is the number. You know what's really going to drive them nuts, guys? Light up PayPal, light up Streamlabs, and call them fake donations. Go ahead and do that. We'll knock this thing out money-wise, and even on the holiday getaway day, we'll get ourselves a win. Thank you, Blitz League. Fauci's Pangolin says, proverb for Aaron. There was a dog named Jeebs whose balls hung to his knees. He did some crack on a bitch's back, and now his balls have fleas. Thank you. I am susceptible to a limerick. Mr. Beat says, Aaron, have you came across Podcast Illustrated? That shit is hilarious. The guy who makes those animations of me, and it's just like clips of our show and shit like that. I gotta say that shit is funny. I watched one he did a while back. I haven't watched the new one about like the crack house and me and April and the Ricadas and all that. I haven't watched that one, but I've heard from fans who love this fucking show. They're like, yeah, it's mean, but that's like the point of it. He's like making fun of you, but it's really funny. So maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I won't. I'll be honest with you. I'm in a great spot today. Like I'm in a good place. So I don't know if I want to watch something that brings me back to the thing that destroyed my life. But maybe it's a good test to see if you're okay. No, I know better than that. There was also some Ricada news overnight that people were writing me about. Guys, I'm really in one of those there but for the grace of God go I moods. And it's like I'm over the anger stage of grief. And then let's be honest, that's what, it started with me wanting to come clean and bare my soul. And I did that. And I was so happy that I told the truth and did all that stuff. And told the truth anytime anything came out. I'm so happy that I just faced that shit head on. I know it frustrates people who hate me because they want me to run and hide from it. I don't. I address it honestly, and we move on. And that's why we've gained so many fans. There's a sincerity to this show that haters don't like. And it's also not the narrative they want, so they get mad about it. Again, I can't help you. I cannot help you. There's a million places you can go to see about that. I'm sorry that I don't let you do it here, and I'm sorry that drives you nuts, but you're treating me like I'm your e-daddy, and it's really fucking creepy. I mean, don't get me wrong, another win for the toe, but it still makes you creepy. Do be a better whatever the fuck you are. But I don't know if I want to watch the thing, because like I had the anger stage. I think like last week when I was still doing some Ricada stuff, that was probably the anger phase of mourning coming out, because I was starting to lay it on. However, my message has always been, if they're getting better, if they're getting help, and they're getting healthier, then I'm rooting for them. Every single one of them. People forget. The guy was my friend. I know it's a weird friendship, and it's hard to understand, but he was my friend. Kayla, obviously more than a friend. April, clearly my wife. Some would argue clearly. But loved them all, right? At some point. And so that hurts when you find out that, some evil shit's going on. Or you knew evil shit was going on. You wanted to stop it, and it didn't. And it kept going, and it got worse. But I don't feel the need to kick anybody. I don't think if I want April to get better, if I want April to be in a healthier place, or I want all of them to be in a healthier place, me kicking them is not going to help. So in my opinion, like I saw, I didn't watch them, but I saw some thumbnails from Illicit Clips. I'm a big Illicit Clips fan. And she had some clips of Nick's stream from Monday. I think he did one Monday. And, dude, he looks healthier. That's a good thing. I hope he's off the powder. I hope he's off the booze. I hope he's off of all of it. Maybe the kid thing was a wake-up call. Whatever. I know, look, Camelot's words are always in the back of my head when he's like, they're not sometimes icks, they're addicts. And he's got a more negative view of that than I do. And this was my first experience with addicts, so I don't know. So maybe I should defer to him. But he looked, in the thumbnail at least, he looked healthier. He looked like he'd put some weight on. He looked like he had more color in his face. So, dude, if everyone's getting healthy, I think that's awesome. I think that's really good. I agree with Keanu that I think the best thing would be for all of them to start their lives over separately. But if they're not going to do that, at the very least, get off the smack, get off the junk and get healthier. That would be a good thing. So I know some more documents came out, but I don't know. First of all, I have no idea what they mean. And unless you know me, when it comes to this whole thing, including stuff that comes out about me, if it's not fact, I tell you it's not fact. Like when they said, oh, they found this in Nick's house, I've always been clear and said, I never saw that. I never saw that he had that, So if they produce it and they show it, then yeah, okay, they had it. But like, if they say they have it, then they probably have it. I never saw it. Or like, abusive children and stuff like that. They loved their kids. I mean, yeah, the drugs got a hold of them and they didn't pay enough attention to them and all that. But like, they didn't have animosity or hatred or disgust or anything towards their kids. They loved their kids. Addiction's a bitch, So this new document that came out, people wanted me to comment on it. First of all, it's from there's shit in there from fucking years ago. And that people change, and things change. And, if it's something that came out that happened a couple weeks ago or a month or two ago, that's different. That's totally different. If it's a new update, be happy to talk about it. But the internet likes a pile on. And I engaged in it. Didn't make me feel better. That's the one thing I would tell people. If you go on the internet and you're like, hey, pile on time. I can tell you from experience, last Friday I had an epiphany where I went, none of this is making me feel better. Like temporarily it does. You get that euphoric rush of like judging someone. But it doesn't make you feel better. So enjoy whatever came out. Enjoy it. Do whatever you want to do with it. I'm good. Again, I hope everybody's healthy. I hope everybody's happy. That's what happens. When you move on and you do your own thing, you start keeping your eye on your own bobber, watching your own life, you realize that none of this stuff is healthy. None of it really matters, And I know there's probably people in my chat right now who they think this shit does matter to them, and they're getting really worked up and excited, and they're really angry with me. That's fine. I'd look in a mirror if I were you. Don't look at me. I shouldn't affect you this much. But, yeah, I mean, you do with it what you want to do with it. I'll do what I want to do with it. I got a great fucking weekend with my family ahead, and I'm incredibly excited about it. Mr. Beat says, any co-host today? No, wouldn't you know it? Everybody's not doing anything today. I talked to a few different people, and they just couldn't do it. They were just really busy. Gino's got a lot of post-compound stuff going on. And I hope the best for my buddy G. I talked to Gino yesterday, and I'm hoping for the best for him. I know that losing Garrett and Steve was really tough. But that's the kind of guy Gino is. Like, people see this loud, like, Gino's an asshole, and Gino's this and that. That guy has a huge heart, like a massive heart. He's always been remarkably good to me. One of those guys who's like such a good friend, it makes you want to be a better friend back and help them out when they need it. So, he's got the compound censored stuff going on. People have done rumors where they're like, Gavin's not going to let anyone do shows outside of compound censored stuff. I'm like, that's not a thing. Like, Pat Dixon works for him and he does like Rumble shows. So I feel like all of those people are allowed to do shit. But, he's fucking crazy busy. I'm proud of him, man. He seems really motivated. He seems like he's really kicking it in the ass. So I'm really proud of him. I agree with Mr. Beat. He's genuinely a good dude. Big heart. He's one of those guys where that's where the internet's kind of retarded because people are like, I fucking hate Gino. He's a piece of shit. He's blah, blah, blah. You do understand when people are doing shows, they have personas, right? That we don't walk around like this all the time. And fucking Gino Bisconti does not owe a bunch of trolls in his chat a big heart. He saves that. What's that line in Cinderella Man? My brains and my balls are for business, and this is business. My heart is for my family. And that's him. Das Optic Nerve says, I hear Gavin is going to ban headbands. Well, I don't think there's a clearer message than that. It's fine. I guess we'll just have to start the Steel Toe Network if Gino can't wear his headbands. All right, guys, lots of stuff to talk about today. Here's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the Super Chats and the Venmos and the PayPals and the Rumble Rants flow like wine. I'd like to see memberships all over the place. I'd like to see it be a big day for the toe today. Let's go to the text line. A lot of text line people the last couple of days, by the way. It says, I don't hate you. I am sorry, and the message was for my friend at work. I wanted her to see the Mexican Ian Curtis. I don't know what that... Oh, he accidentally sent me a link to something. Okay. Another person, does your shirt say, I love food? Oh, and here's a guy, Dawn, with a email that says, we support you and Steel Toe. Yeah. A lot of people, because, I legally can't talk about most of that stuff from Monday. A lot of people writing in and going, I had your same situation. I get it. What they say in their email is people make stuff up and it really hurts. I'm not saying that about I'm just saying what they write to me. And I find that very comforting from the people who love this show. So thank you guys very, very much. And again, 295 is the number today. Jason Whitlock wrote this piece, and I wanted to go through it because part of me feels for the guy. And the other part just says, oh, grandpa, this, don't, walk away from this one, son. It's bad for you. Because people bother themselves with this shit, legit bother themselves. People stay up at night worrying about the social climate of the United States. And it's like, guys, it's over, baby. It's done. Just accept that old way is gone. Accept that this new way is here. Yeah, it sucks worse. Yeah, we don't like it. But it's here and there's nothing we can do about it, and just enjoy the show. And people hate that kind of attitude. They think I'm killing the country as much as a Hawk Tua girl is. But it's I know which tides you can find. I've been around long enough now. I've got enough experience, so to speak, that I know which tides you can push back on and which ones you can't. And Hawk Tua girl, you can't push back on because she'll push right back up on it. Am I right? So this is Jason Whitlock from The Blaze. He says the consequences of celebrating promiscuity are clear. Fatherless children, drag queen story hour, and pride parade. So we're just throwing everything. We're just throwing everything into celebrating promiscuity. Okay. All right. Celebrating promiscuity that all falls under that. Fatherless children, drag queen story hour. I think that one's a reach, but okay. And pride parades. Is that just because we're all fucking, though? Maybe. See, when I read shit like this, I go, maybe. But what are you going to do? Is that, but that's my point. Is that a genie you can put back in the bottle? The fuck genie? Good luck squeezing the fuck toothpaste back into the fuck tube. No way. People, the verdict is in. People enjoy it. They are big fans. I've even heard some people take their very happy marriage and they just swap out with another set of partners just because they like fucking. They walk into a room cock first and they make horrible decisions. I've heard this. I've heard people do this. I know it sounds unbelievable, but I've heard these tales.